Magic, just like music, is very subjective. If a song isn't in my playlist, it doesn't mean that it's a bad song. It just means that that song isn't for me. These two tricks here have been sat in my junk drawer for well over a year. And there's reasons that I don't use them. It's not because they're bad effects. They're not. They're genius level effects by incredible creators. And also, at the end of this video, I'll be showing you one trick that has been sat in my junk drawer for over a year that I decided to pull out and use, and now it's an everyday worker. So the first effect that's been sat in my junk drawer for over a year is Yigal Mesika's Electric Touch. Now, I know lots of people use this, and it's brilliant. I love the idea of creating that tangible shock or energy transfer that you feel while using it. But what I didn't like was the setup, how you go about performing the effect or using the utility, and I didn't like the way it made me feel. So why is that? Well, with Yigal Mesika's Electric Touch, I won't open up the box to show you what's inside, but as most of you will fully know, that this is a wearable item. There is a battery pack, something that goes in or onto your shoe, and also a strap or two that goes around your leg. Now, when I go out gigging, I wear a tailored slim fit suit. And putting this on my leg at a gig makes me feel self-conscious, one, because I can feel this weight around my leg. I know it's there. There's a wire hanging down, not hanging down, but attached to my leg. And it doesn't feel, for me, natural. It doesn't feel organic. I love the effect it produces, but I don't like the effect it produces on me. I took this to a gig once, and what I noticed is that it started to rub. It started to feel a bit odd, and there was maybe a slight piece of pain because of the energy that's being transferred from the battery pack down to your foot and how that all kind of works. There was, I wouldn't say pain, just an uncomfortableness to it if you wore it for a long time. I got this built into a dress shoe, so the way this works, you either have a temporary setup to it, or you go to a cobbler's and give them a specification that they provide in the box, and the cobbler cuts a groove into your shoe, which you're then able to put something on to make the effect work. Now, with doing that as well, I noticed a metal clink as I walked around wedding venues, because a lot of these venues have outside venues are all patio, or inside it's all shiny floors. And I felt like I was making this metal noise on the floor. It's great when you're walking on pavement out and about kind of thing. You don't really notice it. But when you're in an environment where everything needs to be at some points quiet, or if you're in a professional environment, it didn't feel quite right. Also, because of the battery pack on the device, my trousers were bulging out slightly. Now, this isn't to do with the actual effect itself. The fix is to wear baggier trousers. Absolutely fine, but I don't like to wear baggier trousers at a gig. I like to look how I want to look and how I want to portray myself as a magician. And this didn't fit in with that. So I'm not knocking the effects. It is great, and I do still use it on odd occasion. It stays in a drawer. I call it my junk drawer, but it's actually a drawer where I put things on the back burner. If I need it, I'll take it out. It's not in my gig case. And if I'm, for example, I don't know, out with some friends and they want to see something, I'll keep this maybe in the car in the glove box, and I might strap it on for 15 minutes or 20 minutes and then take it off. I wouldn't personally walk around with it at a gig. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I know something is attached to me all the time, and it takes away from me being me, I suppose. So that's why Yigal Mesika's Electric Touch is in my junk drawer. The next one is Cody Nottingham's Rift. He released this with Illusionist quite some time ago now. And I purchased this thinking this would be really fun to be able to just turn around and a card appears in my mouth. And it works. It does do that. And it is great for that. But again, you're noticing a theme here. It's a wearable. You have to hook this up onto yourself and have it on you all night when you're performing at a gig. And you can feel, the device on you. You can feel, I'm leaning back here because I don't want to give the method away, but there is something that goes around your neck and down, which then when you straighten your back up, you can feel it. For me, when I go out and perform, I want to be the most comfortable that I can. And wearing wearables like this doesn't make me comfortable. I want to create moments with people and create connections. I don't want to have that moment and connection tarnished with I didn't feel right doing that because of some wearables. Now, do I perform this? Yes, I do. But again, the same with this. I'll go out and use this with some friends. I'll keep it in my car. I'll keep it in a separate place away from my actual gig bag. Now, is this as bulky as Yigal Mesika's Electric Touch? Absolutely not. This is actually quite thin, but when it's set with a card where it needs to be, I can feel it. And the reset's a bit tricky as well. When I go out and perform, I'm in a suit, I have a tie. If I'm using this, I won't have a tie kind of thing. I'll have a tie and the shirt will be unbuttoned slightly. But the reset, as soon as I'm, performed, before I go to the next table, I've got to then go back somewhere else, do a reset, and then I can move on again. It's not a straight table-to-table worker for me. Now, it is still a great effect. It's a genius idea. It really is. And it allows you to perform this, you don't have a card and then you do, in your mouth, flawlessly. But as a gigging magician that goes table to table, I can't take this with me, unfortunately. So this is why that stays in my junk drawer. So there is one effect that stayed in my junk drawer for nearly a year. It's not a wearable, so it, moves away from this theme here. But it does take up two valuable pieces of pocket space. And as a gigging magician, or any magician would know, pocket space is an absolute premium. Big Blind by Craig Petty. Now, when this came out, I saw a lot of people on Facebook Marketplace buying it and then selling it because maybe it wasn't for them. And that's fine. The trick maybe wasn't for them, but I thought it wasn't for me either until I decided to you know what, just go do it, Rick, do it. So I took my coin purse to a table, loaded up my pocket space, that what I need to perform this effect, and did it. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. Did it hit well? Yes, it did. To my surprise as well, the bold method flew past everybody. Was I happy with it? No, but was I happy with the reactions for a first attempt? Absolutely. There's no real way to practice this. Other than actually going out and performing it. A clean method that's really bold, you just have to go do it. You can practice where things are in your pocket, at home, but the actual process of going to do it, you need to go out and just perform it. Give it the time of day it deserves. As I said, this was in my junk drawer for over a year. And I urge everyone to revisit their magic junk drawer, and pull out something this week. Look at it and see how it fits your superpower. If you don't know what yours is, we put a video up on Wednesday looking into that exact subject. My superpower was all about connections, and this built a connection with somebody. It's a trick where you get to interact with a spectator. And because it's a poker chip routine, it led on very well to a casino gambling card trick, or it could lead on to some other form of gambler's routine. So Big Blind is officially out of the junk drawer. I've been using it now for quite some time, and it's in my everyday gig case. Yigal Mesika's Electric Touch not, and Cody Nottingham's Rift it's not. And that is not down to them being bad effects, that is down to them being, for me, wearables. It doesn't fit my suit, it doesn't fit my style, and it makes me feel a bit uncomfortable feeling rigged up while performing, I suppose. Let me know in the comments section below which one of these you use, if any, at a gig, and what is in your junk drawer. Let me know below. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and all that juicy stuff. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that has subscribed to the channel, watched the videos, or even just clicked the like button. All of you have grown this channel so quickly. In 7 days, it's gone from 0 to now I think we're pushing 110 subscribers. Now, it might not seem a lot in the grand scheme of YouTube, but for me, I just think it's amazing that 110 of you, if not more by when this video comes out, want to sit down and have a chat with me. That's great. It's so humbling. I'm here to not get YouTube famous. I'm here to air my thoughts, share my opinions, and hopefully give a little help and advice along the way too. So thanks very much again for joining me on this journey. And this is The Alternative Angle. I'm Rick, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.